There once was a sweet little girl who lived with her father and mother in a pretty little cottage at the edge of the village. At the further end of the wood was another pretty cottage, and in it lived her grandmother. Everybody loved this little girl. Her grandmother perhaps loved her most of all and gave her a great many pretty things. Once she gave her a pink cloak with cherries and a hood, which she always wore, so people called her Little Pink Cherry Girl. One morning, Little Pink Cherry Girl's mother said, "Put on your things and go to see your grandmother. She has been ill. Take along this basket for her. I put in it eggs, butter, and cake, and other dainties." It was a bright and sunny morning. Pink Cherry Girl was so happy that at first she wanted to dance to the wood. All around her grew pretty wildflowers, which she loved so well, so she stopped to pick a bunch for her grandmother. Little Pink Cherry Girl wandered from her path and was stopping to pick a flower when from behind her a gruff voice said, "Good morning, Little Pink Cherry Girl." Little Pink Cherry Girl turned around and saw a great big wolf. But Little Pink Cherry Girl did not know what a wicked beast the wolf was, so she was not afraid. "What have you in that basket, Little Pink Cherry Girl?" "Eggs, butter, and cake, Mr. Wolf." "Where are you going with them, Little Pink Cherry Girl?" "I'm going to my grandmother who is ill, Mr. Wolf." "Where does your grandmother live, Little Pink Cherry Girl?" "Along that path, past the wild rose bushes, and through the gate at the end of the wood, Mr. Wolf." Then Mr. Wolf again said, "Good morning," and set off. And Little Pink Cherry Girl again went in search of wildflowers. At last he reached the porch covered with flowers and knocked at the door of the cottage. "Who is there?" called the grandmother. "Little Pink Cherry Girl," said the wicked wolf. "Press the latch, open the door, and walk in," said the grandmother. The wolf pressed the latch and walked in where the grandmother lay in bed. He made one jump at her, but she jumped out of bed into a closet. Then the wolf put on the cap which she had dropped and crept under the bedclothes. In a short while, Little Pink Cherry Girl knocked at the door and walked in, saying, "Good morning, grandmother. I have brought you eggs, butter, and cake, and here's a bunch of flowers I gathered in the wood." As she came near the bed, she said, "What big ears you have, grandmother. All the better to hear you with, my dear." "What big eyes you have, grandmother. All the better to see you with, my dear." "But grandmother, what a big nose you have. All the better to smell you with, my dear." "But grandmother, what a big mouth you have. All the better to eat you up with, my dear," he said as he sprang at Little Pink Cherry Girl. Just at that moment, Little Pink Cherry Girl's father was passing the cottage and heard her scream. He rushed in with his axe and scared off the wolf for good. Everybody was happy that Little Pink Cherry Girl had escaped the wolf. Then Little Pink Cherry Girl's father carried her home, and they lived happily ever after.